Hey guys, are you able to see anything off my screen here? I'm not, it's like something's going on with my webcam. Okay, good. All right. Okay, perfect. Um, okay, guys, so we'll let folks join in here for a bit. And then we'll get started. In the meantime, you're welcome to review the risk disclosure. Yes, good reminder, Akshat. Don't be afraid to hit the like button at the close of the call if the session does resonate and offer you insights into the market. That's also welcomed. Okay. If you also, with that said, if you are not already a subscriber and you are new to this session and you want to be reminded of future sessions, then I would encourage you to hit the subscribe button. All right, that should alert you when these kinds of sessions happen on this platform. Okay. Okay, so briefly, risk disclosure. All the content published and distributed by the market trader is to be treated as general information only. None of the information is a solicitation to offer, buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. We all understand that futures trading contains a fair amount of risk and it's not for every investor. And an investor could potentially lose all or more of their investors' initial capital and be legally responsible. Only risk capital should be used and that money that cannot can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Okay, should be used for trading, and only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Nothing contained herein, again, is a solicitation or an offer to buy, sell options, futures, or forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so now that I got the risk disclosure out of the way, let's go ahead and start off like we always start the markets with a review of the news. Okay, so we're going to review the news here. We're going to review the economic calendar here. And we are going to filter it for 2- and 3-star events. Clear all 2- and 3-star US events. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and apply here. All right. So we have a fair amount of news today. Okay.
Revolutionary technology. Revolutionary technology.
Into the market. We had CPI.
Business AI.
We had retail sales. We had retail sales. So a fair amount of news. In some cases, I guess, came in under or in line with expectations. Okay. We do have more news upcoming for crude oil traders. We have the inventory report that happens at 10:30 Eastern time. Okay. And then we have a number of other 2-star events around 10 a.m. Eastern and noon Eastern. We have a couple of members of the FOMC speaking. Member Bowman, member Kashkari are talking later this afternoon. Okay, we have Vice Chair Barr speaking at 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, so all these events could potentially, affect. Certainly, the event that we're all waiting for those crude oil traders is the weekly inventory report, which will definitely is something that we want to be aware of and be flat for. Okay. So let's see. If, black screen. Interesting. I'll try this again. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why on the first go that it doesn't show here, guys, but hopefully you heard what I said, right? So number of news events have already taken place. We have some more news events that are happening at 10 a.m. And then we have the inventory report at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And then we have a couple of FOMC members speaking later this afternoon. All right. So let's go ahead and move to the charts here. So go ahead and share that again. We'll go trading view. We'll click on share. We'll pause here for a minute and see and make sure that everyone can see the screen. If I can get a confirmation that you guys can indeed see my trading view main page. We're going to go ahead and load up gold here. I'll find the gold market. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk through gold here. I'm going to start with the expand the one here on the left. I'm going to turn off some of these indications. Not really interested in understanding those at the moment. Let's see, 10 ADR levels above here. Close that. Okay, so let's start off with the daily chart. Daily chart. Again, maybe the result of news, I'm not sure, but in any case, we continue to break structure to the upside. Okay. 2410 still remains one of these levels that we should be cognizant of, and potential either price stalling or reversing. Okay. But up until the present time, we've been in a bullish trend on the daily chart, right? We've broken some structure here. We have in the last 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, we had only one day where we made a new low. All the other days were making new highs. Okay, so indication that we are in a bullish trend. All right, so for our chart, okay, same deal. So for our chart, we're actually at a point where we could potentially be making a newer high here on the 4-hour chart. If you see that dotted line, we're kind of flirting with that idea as we speak. Okay. Again, similar kind of thing. We're kind of staircasing our way higher. 30-minute chart. Okay. 30-minute chart. So we're going to go ahead and start opening up some of our normal things that we want to look at here. Okay. I see that we are above settlement price. Okay. We have initial balance already developing here, relatively large, as a result of the some of the reports that we had in the morning. Okay, relatively large IB range. Okay, relatively large IB range indicates that we probably should pay more attention to the edges of initial balance today, rather than necessarily expecting the market to extend initial balance. Okay. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile. Fixed range volume profile. I'm going to locate the Tuesday 9:30 bar, or not 9:30, but 8:30 bar. Okay, there I am. Drag that across to the 4:30 bar, and you see that price is above value. And again, another indication that buyers are currently in control of the market. We're above settlement. We are, I'm assuming, above VWAP. Okay, all pointing higher. Okay, So we'll go ahead and open up ADR to start. Okay, see where we stand on ADR. Well, we're at the top. All right, we've reached ADR high on the very first bar. Okay, we've already gotten a reaction away from ADR in overnight trading. We've come back down, found a demand level here on the swing low here. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that in. Okay, swing low. We've already found a swing low and we've reacted away from it. Okay, so this is an area of demand here at 23, let's say 65. Okay, 23.65 seems to be a demand area. You can see we came down to this level and reversed away from it. Now we are developing a rather large news-driven candle here. Okay, supported by volume. Look at the amount of volume compared to all the other bars that led up to it. Okay, so we got fixed range volume profile. We have VWAP. Let's go ahead and call out our levels here. So we're going to say ADR high here is we're already at that level. It kind of to some degree we've already exceeded 78. 78.1. Okay. Okay. ADR low is 2347.6. 2347.6. And then we have settlement at 2359.9. Okay. All right, and we're going to go ahead and turn off ADR levels. We're going to turn on ASR levels. So we have some ASR levels. Let's see if we can actually. It's not the right one I wanted to pull up. All right, so ASR levels, we've exceeded those. Okay, so what did I do with my? Did I kill it? Oh, that's great. I don't know what I did with my. All right, let's do this again. ADR high. Let's turn this off. We're going to go ahead and turn this on again. So ADR high here at, what was it? 23, let's call it 2378. 2378. ADR low. 2347.5. Settlement at 2359.9. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn off ADR, turn on ASR. This looks like an older version of. Let me pull a newer version of this utility. Okay, there we are. Okay, so we have ADR high here. Not ADR, but ASR. 2365.5. Already exceeded it. 2365.5. We have ASR low. We have ASR low at 2342.5. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So what should we be focused on today? Well, we have a market that's above a lot of indicators for bullish price action. Okay. We have a relatively large IB range. I think I've already called out the fact that our focus probably should be on IB edge. Okay, not so much that it's going to extend IB edge, but rather the IB edge is going to serve as some sort of either support or resistance. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that would be a one hypo. If I'm bullish, well, I'd like to be a part of bullish at a reference level. VWAP would be good. Potentially a IB low would be another. Settlement would be another. These are all three levels that I would be interested in potentially going long. If I'm short, well, IB high would probably be one of those levels. We've already exceeded some of the ADR levels above us, right? Average daily range and average session range. So we don't have that as a reference. There's a possibility that we may have something over here to the left that would provide us an indication that we can use this as a supply level. All right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the gold market, which is going to do a peak here. All right. So yeah, so that no questions. So we'll just leave that as that. We'll go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. Okay. So we're going to go back to the crude oil market. We're going to go ahead and save this, move on to crude oil. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and expand this out. We're going to open up the daily chart. Okay, here's the daily. Again, we continue to make, lower lows here. We're kind of flirting with the idea of maybe closing, or even we've already pierced the bottom end of EMA, 233 a day EMA. Okay, we've pierced it. We've yet to close. We've yet to close below it. Okay, so daily chart indicating that we are still very, very much in control with by the bears. For our chart, we are up against a level of demand. It has been prior demand, but notice one reaction up here, second reaction not so high, third reaction even less. So we're starting to make a series of lower lows and lower highs. Okay, each one of these swings away from this level is getting weaker. Okay, indicating that we could be seeing some continued price action to the downside. All right, 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. We are below some of the markers or reference levels that we look at. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn off ASR here for a second. All right, so we're below VWAP, below settlement. We're going to go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile. Okay, fixed range volume profile. We're going to locate the let's see, the 9 a.m. bar here. We're going to drag that across to the 430 bar, and there we are. Okay, so market is just opened. Okay, just opened. So we're going to go ahead and open up our initial balance range. We technically looks like we opened. I want to say either right on the low end of value area low, okay, or just below it. All right. So we're creating a relatively small IB range. Okay. We'll get rid of this here for now. Just trying to see exactly, trying to determine where this falls. Okay. Oops, that's not where. Yeah, no, that's not the one I wanted to use. Above, right about there. Yeah, so like I said, this high here is 77.81. This candle open at 77.70. So we open slightly below value. Okay, slightly below value. Again, indicating that bears are under control. You can see that the reaction, look at the reaction that we got off of VWAP here. Price came up to VWAP, reacted very, very vigorously away from VWAP. We have a sloping VWAP to the downside. All indications of, potentially price moving lower. But like anything else, once we see that, right, and get into a certain level, we need to see some new structure, right? So we'd like to see a new low. If I'm a seller, I want to be closer to some reference levels like settlement price or VWAP. This area right here would be a nice area to participate in a potential. We've already seen it here, right? We've seen a reaction away from it. We've already seen that these levels are being respected. All right, we are below EMA. So again, these are all kind of indicators, right? All kind of indicators that we remain in a bearish trend. Now, should we close above initial balance? Should we have price close above settlement? Should we have price close above VWAP? Then we open up maybe a return up to some of these levels above us, EMA or this supply zone that I see up on the top hand side here. Okay, so I go reference level to reference level. If I get indications that price could, head the other direction, I want some of these reference levels broken. Settlement, VWAP. Okay, let's go ahead and call out some of these levels. All right, so ADR high is, let's see, I'm going to open that up. We got ADR high here at looks like it's 79. Let's call it 79.25. ADR high 79. Oops, again I did that same thing again. ADR high 79.25. ADR low. Oops, I'm now in the wrong market. It's great. Sorry about that, guys. I'm all thumbs today. Okay, ADR high. I think I said 79.25. ADR low. We're already coming off of it a little bit. Let's call it 77.63. 77.63. Settlement is 78.02. ADR, we've already done that. Okay, so ADR high, we've already done. We're going to turn that off for a sec. We're going to turn QR, ASR. So we have ASR here at a little bit lower pricing. So we have ASR here on the top end at looks like 78.43. Okay, ASR 78.43. Okay, and then ASR low at let's call it, I think it looks like 76.98. 76.98. Okay, those are the levels. Okay, that I'll be looking at. Right. So we've already mentioned. Let's go ahead and turn on ADR because it's reacting off of ADR as we speak. So what am I looking at? Well, I have a hypo. I have a few hypos, right? The first hypo is that we need to be careful with news that's coming in today for crude oil at 10:30 Eastern time. Okay, but I do see that we are potentially reacting off of this ADR low here. I say potentially because I have yet to get a candle here to engulf the body of this candle, right? I'm probably 23 minutes away from this to do that. Okay, I have a prior I guess ASR level here above me. I have settlement price above me. So a lot of things that could impede any sort of price movement higher, right? But is there an opportunity here for I guess a little bit of a more of a mean reversion, can maybe scalp kind of trade up to VWAP, absolutely. All right, but that's really not my cup of tea so much, right? I would be more interested in maybe participating what I'm seeing happening, what I see going on in the multi time frame analysis, and that would be for continued price movement to the side. All right. So let's see, peek here. If we have any questions? I'm not seeing any questions. So we're going to go ahead and close this off here. And we're going to move to the equity markets. Okay. So we're going to go over here to NQ. All right. We're going to look at NQ. All right. And we're going to open this up here. And we're going to look at the daily to start. Daily, again, indications. All right. All indications are up. Okay, so far, right, we have a series of bullish candles coming up on some areas that could still present some resistance, right, to continue price action to the upside, but there's no denying the fact that the market is in an uptrend. Okay, for our chart. Okay, for our chart, telling us the same things. We are seeing that the price is above settlement, above VWAP, creating a relatively strong bullish, engulfing Maribozu type of candle here. Okay. All right. So for our daily, all pointing higher, 30-minute, telling us the same kind of thing. We have that candle again. That is the result of the news that was given here earlier this morning. Okay. We have this massive candle, all right, that was generated by news. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and start to open up a fixed range volume profile. Let's go ahead and locate. That's not what I want to do. Let's go ahead and locate the 930 bar from Tuesday. All right. 930 bar from Tuesday right there. Drag that across to the 430 bar. And here we have it. Okay. Similar to what we had. I think it was in gold, right? We are above value, above VWAP, above settlement. All right. Let's go ahead and open up ADR. ADR has already been reached to the top end. Okay, so let's go ahead and type in what the ADR levels are. ADR high. ADR high is, it looks like, what was that? 18,493.25. 18,493.25. We have ADR low at, what is it? 220, 224, 224. Okay. Settlement is at 18,415. 18,415. Okay. We're going to go ahead and turn off ADR and open up ASR levels. Now, these levels are old levels. Okay. We're going to have to wait for the market to open here to establish new levels. I'm going to give them to you now, but understand that these levels will need to be adjusted with the market here. Okay. So we have, what do we have here? We have, looks like 18,392 ASR, 18,392, 392.25. And then we have ASR low at 18,156, 18,156.50. Okay. These are ASR levels. All right. ASR levels that would probably need to be, will most likely need to be adjusted once the session opens. Okay. So what to make of this market? Well, I'm going to turn off ASR here for a sec. Open up ADR. Well, we've already reached ADR. All right. In normal circumstances, I would say that we probably should look for an opportunity to fade back to VWAP. But given that it's a news day, it's a little bit hard for me to say with certainty that this is going to produce the same kinds of things we've seen these levels produce in the past. Okay. So what am I to do? Well, I can wait for an opportunity to come back to VWAP for a continuation move to the upside. I can also wait for a similar move back down to settlement price for a continuation move. I could also entertain the possibility of the similar move on the opposite direction. Okay, a bearish trade where I do go back down to VWAP or look for a target along those kind of lines. Okay, but given this kind of bullish candle and what we were seeing on the my multi time frame analysis, it's indicating that we should be looking for bullish opportunities in the equities. Okay, so we need to look for discounted areas to support bullish trades. All right. Okay. Think that is all I want to say for NASDAQ. Let's go ahead and I'm going to just modify this to ES here. Okay. Give that as much equal billing as I can here. So we'll go daily chart again, similar kind of view daily. All right. Erase some of these zones that I've drawn here. Okay, much like we were seeing in the NASDAQ market, right? We are very much in a bullish move, breaking some of these levels that we're seeing to the left of us. Okay, so no real indication here that we're headed lower. Okay, all bullish candles. 4-hour chart. Same deal, right? News-driven kind of candle that we've received as a result of CPI. Okay, we continue to staircase to the upside. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. Again, we have a conviction bar that is bullish. We are above some of the levels that we've discussed. And at the NASDAQ, we're above VWAP, above settlement price. All indicators that we are looking for prices to further price action to the upside. Okay, going to open up the fixed range volume profile, locate the 430 bar. Again, no surprise here that we remain above value here and in control of the bulls. Okay. We're going to go ahead and open up ADR, similar to what we saw in NASDAQ. So I'm going to go ahead and ADR high here. ADR high here at, let's call it, what is that, 52.88.25. 52.88.25. Okay, we have ADR low at 52.49. 52.49, 52.49, and then we have settlement at 52.69.50. All right. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the ASR levels, but understand that the ASR levels most likely will need to be adjusted. 52.71 on the top end. 52.71. Okay. What is that? 75. Okay. And on the bottom end, we're going to call it, where is it? 52.21, 52.21.75. Okay. 52.21, 52.21.75. Okay. So those are going to be my that I'm going to be paying attention to right now. I would say that I'm looking for opportunities. We need to wait for initial balance to kind of be created here. But I'm looking for opportunities to participate in longs. And where would that be? Well, I have VWAP. I have the top end of settlement. Not settlement. Yeah, settlements here too. I was going to say top end or high ASR high. These are all reference levels to support a long. Okay, if I'm short, well, I need to look to the left, and I think we might be hard pressed in finding a level. Probably we'll need to look at something like IB Edge, to support any maybe potential some failed auction kind of trades that we talked about yesterday, opportunities. Okay, so I'm going to take a peek here and see if I have any questions. Do I trade copper? No, I do not. All right. We'll close out with the ES, not ES, the Dow. Okay. Again, daily chart. Okay. Specs is going to tell us the same things that we've seen, right? In the other equities, we continue to make higher highs, higher lows. All right. Very bullish. Looks a very like a very bullish market here. Okay, coming up on some levels that could present some issues for the bulls. All right, 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart. We had a developing bullish engulfing, breaking new levels, new highs here on the 4-hour chart, continuing on this bullish move. 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. We'll go ahead and open up my fixed range volume profile. Let's locate the 830 bar. There it is. Not 830 bar, 930 bar. Okay, so we are technically above value, but the market is not going to be open for another 10 minutes. Okay, so bulls very much in control. Above all my indicators here, VWAP, settlement price, and even, if you wanted to consider this kind of a demand zone, it's not quite a demand zone for me because it's yet to be tested. Okay, so it's going to get a lighter shade of green for me. I need to see a rejection. I need to see a rejection of an area like this and reverse before I can confirm that this is indeed a demand zone. Okay, so 39.720 might be an area of interest for us because I have a confluence of information here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start to call out some of these levels. Just like the other equities, we have already reached a ADR high. All right, so we have ADR high here at let's see, we're right on top of it right now. So 39,817. Oops, again, I did the same thing. Why am I doing that? $39. What was it? 39. Let's call it 39,818. I know I was going to say 817, but 39,818. Top side 39,818. ADR low. 39. What is that? 39,540. Looks like. Yeah, 39,540. 39,540. I'm going to go ahead and peek at the ASR levels, and with the understanding that these levels are not quite there yet. The market has not opened yet, so I'm going to say on the top side, 39,732. Okay, on the bottom side, ASR 39,408. 39,408. 39,408. Settlement is 39,677. Okay, so these are kind of the levels that I'd be looking at, guys. At this point, just like all the equities, obviously I will be waiting for initial balance. Okay, turn off some of these levels here. We'll keep ADR up because ASR is probably going to have to be readjusted. So my primary interest is this level right here. If I'm interested in to participate and I'm aligned with my view of my higher time frames, this area right here seems a logical area for participation in this market. Right, it gives me a nice discounted price. Okay, for me to participate in a long. Okay, but I just don't blindly put a limit order down here. I still need to wait for some sort of reversal candle on the 15-minute chart before I would entertain a move like that. All right. Okay, I think that's it, guys. As far as the markets go, so with about 8 minutes to spare here, so again, we do have a few news events for those. Again, reminder for those crude oil traders out there, we do have inventory reports. So it is highly, highly, highly recommended that we are flat for that. Leading into that is your call, right? But chances are the markets are not. Participants are basically waiting for that news event. Okay, before they take on any serious positions in the market. All right. So with that said, trade well, trade safely, trade well, and more importantly, trade like a pro, trade like a market trader, guys. All right. Don't be afraid to hit the like button on your way out. If you're not a subscriber, I encourage you to do that. Subscribe so that you get notifications in the future. Otherwise, again, guys, trade well, trade safe, trade like a market trader. Talk to you next time. Bye, guys.